quiet, it won't be safe, and it won't be calm.
Run up and down lots of corridors!
That was the one!
Stand off to the right, Brigadier.
Locking phasers on target.
They're locking phasers. Ray shields.
Fire!
But I tell you what it will be. I'll tell you what it will be. The trip of a lifetime.
Yes, indeed, gentlemen. Yes, indeed. Good evening, girls. Good morning. I hope you're all doing well wherever you are. We have a lot to talk about. I know I always say that, but it's always true, right? I never talk about everything I'm supposed to talk about, but we have a lot to talk about, right? We do have a lot going down. Ratings came out for this season. Well, the thumbnail says, lowest rated ever, right? Because it is, right? It is. We have... I got a review, Celestial Toymaker. I meant to do that on both Saturday and Sunday, right? I forgot both those. I got to get that. If I can, I really should do the review at least of what's it called again? I keep wanting to say a fish called Wanda because it's got Wanda Benton in it. It's not a fish called Wanda. It's an image of Fendel, right? Which I have a very different perspective of now, right? Which and did I finish? No, I didn't finish watching the Sunmakers. I'm actually slowing down, right, on my season 15 watch because I know the next one is Underworld. Look, I haven't seen it for years, right? And like, it didn't strike me as the worst Doctor Who of all time. I quite liked it, as I recall. But I'm just very reticent going into that, even though I got to go through Underworld to get to Invasion of Time, right? So we really should do that. Big Finish has got a live event going on, and this is the sort of stuff they should be doing. Sounds awesome. I hope it's not woke shit, right? It sounds awesome, right? It sounds absolutely fantastic. What else is going on? Well, we've had some very heavy news down my neck of the woods, and then. You know, my insane prediction model, right? Which I'm looking at the results of my prediction model, and I'm going, that can't be right? That can't be, because the result of my prediction model is Nigel Farage is a shoo-in for number 10 Downing Street. However, I know that Joe Biden has a clearer path to the White House, which is shrinking every second, then Farage has the number 10. And not even Farage is saying, I want to get number 10. Nobody's saying. According to my prediction model, which I think is mostly right? My biggest error with my prediction model, well, that said Trump would win the 2020 election. Big mistake. Now, the reason I was wrong is because I presume to know the will of God, which is what my prediction model is based on, right? I think, look, we're heading towards... Trump, generally speaking, was a hero to people who believed in a traditional values, as we say, right? And it's so bizarre. I've had this weird back and forth all day, literally all day on Facebook. Oh, man, right here, let me see if I can find it. It was based on Nick Briggs' posting site. Now, don't get me wrong, I like Nick Briggs a lot, right? I do like Nick Briggs a lot. I think he's actually a genuine... I like the work he does, right? I like the work he does. I think we have very different outlooks on life, right? We have very, very different outlooks on life on pretty much everything. Religion, but we pretty much agree on balsa wood spaceships. It shows the balsa wood spaceships made 50 years ago, right? We really agree on that stuff. I love his work he does with the Second Doctor. I heard the Second Doctor range played by I think Michael Troughton, right? They're upping that to 2 box sets a year because obviously it's doing very well. I think it's one of their strongest ranges, right? But they've also got the... I think I've got a message coming. Okay, 1 second. Okay, my wife is home, right? It's just asked, do we need anything else than milk and cheese? I didn't think we needed milk. Hang on, let me think. This is sorry to derail the show, but this is an important question. What else do we need? Oh, sorry. We're at the McCullough, the local store for Coke and cheese, right? We're having a good night tonight. Anything else we need? Anything else? Let me think. I mean, we're out of a lot of odds and sods. We need to go shopping. Cheese is a big one. I think we're good. Okay, let's go. I'll go. I think we're good. I think we are good. So let me start off over there, right? Why is my wife at the McCullough, the local store? She's coming home from a funeral, right? And another tragic thing. And I was on a real genuine high this morning. Well, not high. I know the difference. But I was on a real good mood this morning because I saw a lot of things, which we're going to talk about soon, heading in a genuinely good direction, right? So I'm like, wow, I think in my worldview, I think this is the death of the Satan, right? Essentially because things are unraveling, right? And look, what Satan is more of a primal force than a guy in a red jacket. Might be in a guy in a red jacket too, which I think would be very, very, very cool, right? And then we got hit with some just terrible news, right? Terrible news about the Gaza war. That a local guy, somebody local had died, who we all knew, right? We all knew. Let me share this because I wanted to, and the funeral was just now. I'm like, there's no way I'm going. There's no way. It's no. I don't know. No, I think I'll just be sobbing and embarrassing, frankly, right? So yeah, there's no way I was going. Let me share the screen. And then my neighbor lives two doors away, posts the same, which I think very much speaks to who this person is. So my everybody knew him, right? My kid, we have this thing called B'nai Akiva. B'nai Akiva is a religious kids, club, youth program. It's all across the world, all across Israel, and it's a big. I didn't grow up with it because I didn't grow up religious, but it's when they people still today, when they each year they give the new group, right, the new kids coming in, their year has a name, right? And still 50 years later people said, oh yeah, I was with blah blah blah. It stays forever, right? And it's this really nice ceremony called Dag Lanuk, means flags, where it's kind of like a 1950s pep rally, right? That's how I would describe it. And there's they do flag things and fireworks, right? They do all that sort of stuff. And then the point of it is there's this Boy Scouts. What's the thing where they wear around their neck? I can't remember. The uniforms look a bit Hitler Youth to me. Let me tell you, which is a bit strange. But you put the older kids, right? Put these things on, not lanyards, what they called again? Woggle? Put them on the young kids coming in, right? And then they reveal the name of their year, right? And that's their year, and they take it through their life. So it's very, very sweet, right? Very. So this guy who was killed, my kids, he was a counselor, right? And it's you have older kids do fun stuff with younger kids. It's really nice, right? It gets out of control, right? It gets out. They have a thing called Chodesh Goon, which is the Goon means Chodesh means month. It's a month of their first month of the year, where they so by us they have these caravans which they then repaint and decorate each year, and then every Sabbath the day before the opening ceremony, you have to schlep over the caravan and see your kids finger painting on these pieces of crap. Anyway, it's a big community thing, right? Everybody does it. So this kid was a counselor, and everybody knew him. He's 30 now. This kid, he's 30 now. But here, so I wanted to share. So his funeral was just now. It's really heavy, right? I was walking the dog around the block, and there's cars all around his, all around his parents' house. It's terrible. I can't even imagine, right? Thank God my son's coming out today or tomorrow, right? He's probably out now. Thank God. Oh, is too much. Here, let me share this with you to give you an idea of the reality of what we're living with, right? So this is him. His name was what's his name again? Nadav. Yeah, Nadav Elchan Knoller. He was just killed yesterday in Karney. So this was written by my neighbor, who's around the corner. He's in he was injured, I believe, in the military, right? And he's in a wheelchair. This is the most responsible man I've ever met. By the way, the guy with his kids are really nice like him here. So he put this out today. Nadav Knoller of blessed memory was an amazing young man. A very first Sukkot. Sukkot is a festival of booze. That's in like early October, late September, early October. It was the end of that festival when October 7th happened, right? It floats every year, but it's roughly that time. And you have these booths that you sit outside in, which you can see the stars through. It's like, again, it's a whole thing. So anyway, first Sukkot, that holiday festival booth, after we moved into our house, he realized we would need help building a sukkah. That's the booth they sit in. Me being in a wheelchair meant it was all on my wife. That's true. That was 15 years ago. And every year since then, he has either helped build or take apart our sukkah. And nobody asked him, right? It's just, oh man, what's going to happen this year? I don't know. As he got older and got married, it wasn't a question of it. It only became a question of when he would be around before the holiday or just after the holiday to help. But this year, he won't be coming to us. He has fallen in defense of the Jewish people. Another spark lost, another world destroyed. And that's so true. You know, none of these are faceless numbers, right? None of these are meaningless names. These are all people with lives. And when you take one of these people out alive, when you rip them out, you leave a hole. You leave a painful, gashing hole in reality. Another world destroyed. And for what? I want to say for a future where evil will not reign. But this pain tells me that the price of the bright future is the cost of so many sparks of light of goodness. We will build a better world with this on this pain. We will create future where men like Nadav need not sacrifice their lives to keep evil at bay. I hope for that as well. I pray for that every day on a very genuine level. We will create a future where truth, love, and caring are core values for mankind. We will do this because that is what Nadav stood for in his life and his death. We will miss you, Nadav, and we will miss you, right? We will miss you. Again, another hero. I'm just sick of all the fucking heroes. You know, I could live without there being so many bloody heroes. Oh, it's tragic, right? It's tragic. I can't imagine what his wife. I think he has kids. I can't imagine his wife with his kids. And what his parents are going through, right? His siblings. The horror of it is like you can't comprehend, right? You can't understand, and it doesn't get diluted with the regularity of it, right? It doesn't get it stays as hard and as awful as it always was. So man, I hope that's the last of them, right? I hope that's the last of them. Look, I think the world, and it's something that just boils my blood. I mean, literally boils my blood. God, that guy on Facebook's still going back and forth. This literally boils my blood. Is we religious Jews, especially here, right? We'll never ask what. Well, there are many things. We won't ask why do we think God's doing this, right? Because the reason nobody wants to ask that is because they all know the answer, right? They know the answer is that he's pissed off, right? And that's the next thing. Nobody thinks, maybe we should just apologize. I mean, God seems fucked off about something, right? Maybe our first step is we should, if we can't work out what it is, it's quite obvious what it is. If you can't work out what it is, then just say, I am sorry. Can you please forgive us, right? Nobody thinks to do that. Nobody thinks to ask, what does God think about that, right? When we talk shit about each other, which I think is look, I think that's the absolute reason that this is going on, right? I think it's more than that. There's this. We're coming up to it in about 4 weeks from now, the beginning of this thing called the 3 weeks, right? Which is a period of mourning. And one of the stories told about that, about why God did that. And yeah, the thing that again pisses me off. It's like people say, "Oh, you can't say why God did this and God did." What religion are you part of? What? No, excuse me. There's bits all through the Old Testament and the Jewish law where it actively encourages you to do exactly that. And just burying your head in the sand, right? Is not good, right? Is not good. But yeah, we resolutely won't do that. We won't. It's not even on the radar in any way, shape, or form to keep the most central laws that God gives us, which is to essentially be nice to each other. Don't talk shit about each other, right? And that's really it, right? That's really it. And, we don't stop and say, what do you think God thinks about that? And we certainly don't stop and say, how do you think God feels about that, right? It's, and like, it's incredible. God keeps slapping us around, right? And every time it's like a boot in the gut. It's a slap. It's like hard. And we just will not relent. We just will not relent. A way this could be over by the weekend, right? And it's never going to happen, right? Never going to happen. That if Netanyahu, who's not religious, went on TV and says, our only hope is to put our faith in God, right? And do that very publicly. I think there's no real way out at that point for God not to help us, frankly. To that, I think it will be over by the weekend. I really do. And you say, I don't care if you believe in God. I don't care if you don't believe in God. Let's just give it a try, right? Let's just turn to God and see if it actually does anything. Like, let's test out our prejudices, right? Yeah, let's do that. But yeah, we still don't, right? We still don't. And boy, is it a verboten taboo subject, right? Man, I would love to get on Facebook, do a live stream, and tag everybody, all my neighbors, all of them, and have a serious conversation with them. But they just won't hear it, right? They just won't hear it, right? It's awful. So we got that going on, right? We've also got this other thing in Israel that's which is tearing the country apart, which is an end to the exemption of going into the army or doing army service for the ultra-Orthodox, which I always thought was a terrible idea, right? I always thought it was a very bad idea. I think the ultra-Orthodox, the Haredim, they're called, they do not see themselves as part of the Jewish nation. They see themselves as the Jewish nation, and everybody else is kind of pretenders. Right, they don't see themselves as part of the Jewish nation, and it's tragic because they're missing out something huge, right? Like for 2,000 years, all our ancestors have begged, and all the sages have begged and prayed for a return to Israel and a return to there being a Jewish army in Israel, right? And now it's here. They're like, not going there. Anyway, so that's causing a lot of stress. So I honestly, working out what the hell God's like, what's God thinking, what God could possibly think is a tough one, because there's a lot of good news going on, right? Heading to a more redemptive state. Like I feel like a messianic age, if we are heading to one, the process of that is the death of Satan. We call it the death of Satan, and I think I'm seeing that in real time, right? I think I'm seeing so many structures that were held together literally by this satanic power, and as that dries up, it falls apart. All right, the Biden Trump, what's it called again? The debate, right? So people have been lied to for years, saying, "Oh, that Biden, sharp as a tack. He's dementia. Shut up. He's sharp as a tack. Sharp as a tack. Sharp as a tack. Sharp as a tack. Oh, he's sharp as a bloody tack." And then they saw. Right? They saw. Actually, can I get this quick video, because this explains it perfectly. It was Alex's Jones put it out. InfoWars, but I don't think that's the name of what it's called anymore. The new InfoWars. Alex Jones. Could this be it? I don't know. Okay, I don't know what that is. It says it was after the debate with Biden and Trump leaving the stage. And oh boy. Oh man. Here, let me do a search for after debate, right? After Trump, Biden, the debate leaving stage. Let's see if we can find the video. No, nothing. Say Alex Jones. Let's see if that comes up. I knew that this was one of the things that I wanted to pull up before the show, and I knew I forgot to say real Alex Jones. I think is that the one? Oh yeah, he's posting stuff from like 20 minutes ago. So let's we whiz back through his top. Man, he posts too much. Okay, there's too much going on here. Is this the no? This is Jake Tapper being pissed off. He's being blamed that Biden's brain has turned to jelly. Right? Where is it? Oh man. So anyway, we see the whole like democratic worldview completely on. Oh, this it? This is it. Yeah. Doink. I think this is so illustrative, right? Doink. Is this it? Download. There you go. Save video as debate. Okay, doink. So share screen. Now, 20 minutes in already? Bloody hell. Oh, it hasn't downloaded yet? Come on. It's getting there. She cried. Doink. I'm going to try again. No, I pressed the wrong button. We'll try again. Video file. There we go. Doink. So the Rocky music's kind of unnecessary. So, like, yeah, they're leaving. You see, Trump just walks off like, is this still the Rocky music going? Yeah, Trump just walks off like a normal person, right? The springtime. Yeah. And fine. So he did feeling pretty good about himself. But look at Biden, right? He needs Jill's help, who's apparently running everything. Jill's help to handle one step. Literally one step. Poor guy, right? And he's like lost. Doesn't he's got this holding his hands in that like cornholio way. They're shaking hands with Tapper. Yeah, and like it was just last week. Literally just last week, they were saying these were cheap fakes, not deep fakes, cheap fakes. Literally last week, right? There's no time at all. And so I think all the normies, all the Democrat normies, I should say, have realized they've been lied to, right? And they are in freak out mode. They've been lied to for a long time. Biden is not sharp as a bloody tack, quite frankly. He is, I think, got jello for brains now. Again, never. Poor guy. I mean, like, I think he's a genuinely evil person. But I don't know that. But still, you know, like, and so they're, so again, you know, I see the Sutton's hands like holding everything in place. And then as he's dying, it just turns to smoke, right? And so now, yesterday, we had the Supreme Court made a ruling that, yes, presidents do have immunity when doing their presidential duty, right? So, again, everybody, check out this meltdown. This meltdown is quite typical, I think, of what's going down.
Done. I'm done. I'm fucking seriously done. The Supreme Court has pissed me off so much right now.
Oh no, they haven't given me what I wanted. So okay, so what they're saying now, the people like the crazy people like this, they're saying that the president can just do any crime and he gets immunity. No, The president just order an assassination of anyone. No, if you do that, then the president will be impeached. One would like to hope. The president will be impeached and then tried. Right? There's no way of saying that that's part of your presidential duties. Right? Wait to see where this goes. It's hilarious.
Like, so much. Joe, you're a reasonable man. You don't want to do this, but here's the reality. This is a fucking war. This is a war now, and we are fighting.
It's always been a war, right? It's always, again, you're literally jailing political prisoners, right? Dissidents. And you have been since January 6th, quite frankly, right? It's been shocking what's going on. You're literally jailing your political prisoners. And you're trying to jail your chief political rival. And I love how everybody goes, Putin. But this is exactly what Putin does.
For our fucking country. And these assholes are going to take it away. They're going to take it away.
That's right. That is what's going to happen. It's going to be taken away from people like you. You're right. And it is a war. And it is going to be taken away from, because you people are degenerate fucks and weirdos that are destroying the world. So, yeah, it is going to be taken away from you. That's true.
Fuck you, Clarence Uncle Thomas. Fuck you. Joe, you now have the right to take that bitch Trump out. Take him out, Joe. If he was Hitler and this was 1940, you'd take him out. Well, he is Hitler and this is 1940.
He's not Hitler and it's 2024. And you're a bonkers mad. And again, what is it people think that he did that's in any way akin to Adam? And like we've seen, okay, I understand in 2016 you say he's going to be Hitler, he's going to do the worst that he did, but we've been through it now. We found out just about everything was a fucking hoax, right? And we again, even through that, the bottom line is it's about the economy, stupid. If I may quote Bill Clinton, it's about the economy, stupid, we had a great economy. And one of the reasons we had a great economy is because we had world peace. Like, it's already happened, right? It's already happened. You know, we know he wasn't a dictator going around arresting his political rivals, right? Or those connected to him. We know that didn't happen. But yet, you crazy people, and I've had this going on all day on Facebook as well. Let me just switch over there for a second. Where is it? Something came back to me there. I can't believe it. 1 second. Share screen. Doink. So this was over on Nicholas Briggs's page. And again, I've got a lot of like and respect for Nicholas Briggs. I really do. Right? I really genuinely do. If you haven't heard his Human Frontier, I absolutely love it. I like pretty much everything he's done. I like all his work. I think it's excellent. I have a polar opposite worldview on everything to him. I think he's a genuinely moral person, right? But I think this intimation, what's this? I think this intimation that reform are secretly Nazis is just a ridiculous one, frankly. Right? It's what you say when you don't have any form of argument, right? So I waited and then commented, right? I went. I was the first one to comment. Nick, I'm sorry, but this is simply defamatory nonsense, completely detached from reality. I'm Jewish and a rabbi, and I fully support reform, as do many peoples of diverse ethnicities and identities. That's factual, right? That is just factual. There's nothing bigoted in any way from loving one's own culture, just as most peoples from around the world do. And there's a lot to love about British culture. Honestly, the closest Britain ever came to emulating those naughty national socialists from Germany in the 1930s was Labour under Jeremy Corbyn, right? So, man, this just went on and on and on. I saw somebody else. I mean, people just won't let it go. And, like, desperately trying to convince me, no, they're Nazis. No. And I keep saying, well, can you just, point to any, objective metrics? And then they go crazy because they can't, right? They absolutely can't. But man, this has gone on and on and on and on and on. 77 replies. Russian money, racist candidates, questionable policy. Okay, just I don't think so. Apparently, there was a racist candidate or a candidate that tweeted saying with racist language. I will certainly agree. And they got rid of him like straight bloody away. That happened today. I think that kind of proves everybody's point, right? But anyway, this is the unhinged, and basically it's come out in these conversations, the unhinged terror, absolute relenting and gibbering terror of not getting not getting your own political way. And at one point I said to one guy, why don't you just go and talk to these people, right? Talk to the people who you think are these terrible racists, right? Just and see if it matches your prejudices. And he's like, ah! And literally, this guy just freaked out. Anyway, doing
him the fuck out. Blow him up. Blow him up, or they'll blow us up.
No, they won't. That's just your delusion, right? It is really just your delusion, darling.
Facts.
No. Very little of what you said was facts. You're a mad bitch. Okay, darling? Just mad. Absolutely barking insane. Right? So anyway, so then it got even better or worse, depending on your point of view, right? Where'd it go from here? 1 second. So I went over there. So then you know how they love to say that convicted felon Donald Trump, convicted felon Donald Trump. So that case it's a little bit esoteric and boring to get into. It was that he paid Stormy Daniels, a porn actress, hush money, essentially. Both of them denied they slept with each other, but it was just like nuisance money. And no, he didn't do that. I lied. 1 second. His lawyer, Michael Cohen, did it for him, saying, and then after the fact, while he was president, he billed him and Trump paid him and paid the bill, right? So that's essentially what it was. But they convicted him on a presidential campaign financing. Again, this is getting very, very esoteric, right? But that's basically what they convicted him on, a presidential campaign violation. Was him writing this check or signing this check or authorizing this check. So now, as it was part of his presidential campaign, that comes under one of his presidential duties, which means he has immunity, right? So he's going after getting them quashed, and it's going pretty darn well. Check this out. This broke very recently, I think in about half hour ago, if that, right? From Tim Paul is reporting, Manhattan prosecutors agree to delay Trump's sentencing. Donald J. Trump lawyers want to argue to a Supreme Court decision giving president's immunity for official act should be void his felony conviction. I think Alpha Fox says it the best. And again, this is why I miss Trump being president. I mean, this was just fun. Oh, this is just fun. So yeah, this meltdown is. So again, I just see this as part of like, the crumbling of satanic forces. So with that in mind, right? Farage should be a shoo-in to be prime minister, right? And I have used the prediction model quite a lot. Again, it only really failed me once when I thought Trump was going to win 2020. Well, he probably did, but I thought it was going to come president, be re-inaugurated as president in 2020, right? I was very wrong about that. And I think the divine plan was showing the normie. Oh yeah, this is what it's like when evil controls everything. Do you like the shittiness of it? No, not really. No. Okay. So again, there's a total unraveling going on. There is a internal fighting in the Democrats side. There's an internal war with the Democrats about what to do, right? The donors are saying he has got to stand down right now, which will give us President Kamala, which will probably be the impetus that will destroy the world, right? I don't think we'll see an election if we get to President Kamala, and it might well happen, right? Obama is saying that apparently, allegedly, saying he wants an open convention, a Democratic convention where anybody can nominate anybody. Excuse me. I remember Donald Trump being asked over and over and over and over again, will you abide by the results of the election? No, no matter what. Will you abide? Let me ask the Democrats. Will you abide by the results of your primary election? Apparently not. Right? Apparently not. Not when it suits them. Not anyway. One of the reasons they won't abide by it because they can't abide it. Right? Check out this video where people are saying this woman's saying how terrible it will be for Donald Trump to be president. And for me, this is like a campaign video. I'm like, yes, everything she says is yes. Check this out.
15 promises he has made if he is reelected.
Wait, is this the same person? 1 second. Is this the same person as over here?
Done.
2025, but this is from Agenda 47. And you can read all of these on his website. First, he
yes, we like all of this, okay? All of this is good.
Promises that he will carry out the largest domestic deportation operation in history. He will also ask for the death sentence for anyone convicted of human trafficking.
Okay, how are those two things bad things? You've had literally millions, right? I think, 20 million? Something crazy. Some absolute crazy number of illegal immigrants entering the country, storming the country, right? How is that a bad thing? And the death sentence of human traffickers? Yes, because most human traffickers are trafficking children, frankly. And I am all on board for sex traffickers to get the death sentence, right? If they could get the death sentence by having their balls melted, I would be completely fine with that, right? I 100%.
He will close the Department of Education and
thank God.
Turn all education standards to the states to decide.
That means Alabama won't have to teach that, how teach little boys how to suck dicks, essentially.
He will put prayer back into school, and he will criminalize any race-based advantage programs.
Again, look at her face. She's like, oh, see, yeah. None of this is a bad thing, and none of this is racist.
He will end the Affordable Care Act.
Thank God. That means we can have affordable care again.
He will ban gender-affirming care for adults and children, and he...
Okay, listen, I got to hear more about banning it for adults, but for children, 100% on board. I don't know. Am I on board for banning it for adults? I have to know more in context what that is, right? But okay.
Will ban any federal dollars from going towards gender-affirming care.
Thank God. I think that's a good thing.
Which means anyone with government-provided health care will no longer be able to access gender-affirming care except for Viagra and Cialis. Those will...
Okay, those will remain available. That certainly affirms my gender, baby.
Will still be available.
And let me tell you, there isn't enough Cialis and Viagra to get anybody hard to fuck you, darling. It's just the way it is. I don't know, maybe with a Millie Gibson mask on, you could get away with it, but I still doubt it.
He will propose a constitutional amendment that gives a term limit to Congress.
Brilliant! Why are people there when they're like living skeletons?
He will deploy the Department of Justice to investigate the Biden crime family and any of his adversaries or political rivals. He will immediately...
I'm not actually sure that's entirely correct, but I do think this weaponization of the DOJ is going to be severely curtailed.
He pardon all of the January 6thers, and he will...
Oh, you mean the political prisoners?
Create a task force to investigate anyone who arrested, charged, or imprisoned a January 6er.
I'm so on board for this.
He will increase the penalties for underage criminal offenders, strengthen immunity for police officers, and deploy the National Guard to patrol woke cities.
Well, I think you have to do that because woke cities are out of control. Like Portland? Portland is a disaster.
Day one, he will reassess our participation in NATO.
Which will mean the European countries will start paying their shares.
And says that every European country needs to pay the United States for protection.
What, mean for the protection that they're getting from the United States? Yes, they should be paid for that.
He will also restore the wonderful travel ban for Muslims coming to America.
No, it was never Muslims coming to America. It was based on 6 countries outlined by the Obama administration, I believe, and it was far from a Muslim ban.
He will build freedom cities. This is 10 new cities built on federal land. He will award them to areas with the best development proposals, and he will prioritize moving young families to these freedom cities.
That's a brilliant idea because young families can't get on the housing ladder. That is a brilliant freaking idea. Yes, it's all about family and starting with listen. Look at her sour face. That's why she hates it. But why can't everybody just be gay like me? And believe me, darling, we all know you're gay.
He will kill all e-vehicles and e-vehicle legislation, seeking to replace that with the development of a flying car. He believes that we could create a car that vertically takes off.
Why do you think we can't create a car that vertically takes off? You have heard of aeroplanes, right? And like helicopters. Those things exist, darling. Yeah, are you aware?
He will remove all...
He's like, what? We will just fly in the sky like a bird? Next thing you're saying, we'll be able to contact each other over great distances with small devices we keep in our pockets.
All of the limits on American natural gas exports and drill baby drill for oil.
Oh, you mean so we'll have money again? Oh, that'll be good. I used to like money. I did used to like money.
Oil domestically. He will impose a tariff of up to 60% on Chinese imports.
Yep, I like that as well.
He will extend the 2017 tax cuts and drop the corporate tax rate from 21% to 15%.
Also, all the corporations will head back to America and start making lots of money, and then everybody gets more money. Again, this is kind of what happened last time, isn't it? Do you remember how we had the best economy of our lives and world peace? Yeah, this sounds like a recipe for that.
He will push Congress to pass legislation that would give every American the right to concealed carry anywhere at any time, and he will revoke.
What's wrong with that?
Any gun restrictions or.
Now, if you're English, you're like, well, no, you can't have the people that carry guns. Why not? What's wrong with responsible gun ownership? Look, it's about 98% of gun crime is gang crime, right? Explicitly created by the Democrats. I mean, like something ridiculously high like that.
Legislation that seeks to inhibit people's ability to own guns that's been passed in the last several years. He will demand that Europe pay back all the money we gave Ukraine, and then he will use all of that money to recruit for the American military.
Again, I didn't know about that, but boy, am I signing up to this.
And he will take billions and billions of dollars from private university endowments by taxing, fining, and suing the universities. He specifically names Harvard in this one.
Oh, what? That bastion of freedom that hates Jews. Yeah, I'm kind of on board for that. I think the entirety of our problems stem from terrible higher education.
And then he will use that money to create the American Academy. It is a free online college that will be free of wokeness that he will force employers to recognize as a bachelor's degree equivalent. So that's Agenda 47.
You mean like really helping out the poor people, right? Giving them free essentially, right? Like, look at her face. And how did she think this is a bad thing? If like nothing she listed, I was like, no. Everything in this was like, well, that sounds really rather good, quite frankly. Right? That does sound really rather good. Fine, let's get the chat. And then we've got so much to talk about. Maybe start with Doctor Who Live. Man, this is something I think if you live in England, you should definitely get to, right? You should definitely get to. Don't share screen. Lowest rated ever. I thought I did a different T-shirt for her earlier, so I forgot what it was. But that would have been so much better. Was it Peyton Place or the full-size Saga shirt? I can't remember. Lowest rated ever. The queer era utterly fails to reinvigorate Doctor Who. That is true. But ratings don't matter in today's TV landscape. If they didn't matter, they wouldn't spend millions to get them. Oh, there is that. No, well done, Millie. You're a very, very smart person. I can't argue with you there. Fine. So queer utterly fails. Highlander. Well, yeah, there's no chance we're getting there. Maybe we will. I don't know, but I doubt it. I doubt we're going to get the Highlander. There can be only one. McCloud. I can't work out if I like the TV series or not, right? Because it was so cheap. Right, it was so cheap, and the Queen music seemed like a Queen cover band, right? Even though I think it really featuring the music of Queen, right? But people loved it. People actually loved that Highlander. Martha Joe's returning in spin-off. Yes, and I think that's going to happen, right? Because I think ratings have no bearing on renewal, right? None whatsoever. Especially if you look at Disney's output, they couldn't give two shits how bad everything is, right? They're completely happy for things to totally fail. Fine, let's go to the chat. Let's get 45 minutes in. I'm behind, never mind. Lonnie is here. Rabbi, I woke in Mexico. Have no explanation, but have both my kidneys. Will return soon. Well, listen, if you run out of money, you got both those kidneys, mate. Both those kidneys. The current era isn't even making enough to pay the rent to store the TARDIS. Probably not. I have a feeling that I've pissed off Doctor Who fandom. Well, what did you do after you started? We're going to talk about fandom because, oh boy, more great stuff is going down with Doctor Who fandom. It's like hilarious, great stuff. In fact, that's where we're starting after the chat. Yes, because it's too wonderful not to get into. Darren M is here doing it. Darren M. Conor says, real fandom or Shieldom? It'll be Shieldom, okay? It'll totally be Shieldom. Matthew Burrows is here doing Matthew Burrows. Thank you for joining us. Lenny Henry, the first Black Doctor? I guess so. Right, I guess so. And I always say this, man, I wish and I like Colin Baker, but I think the fate of Doctor Who would have been totally different if they cast a really cool black actor as the Sixth Doctor. Right? I think that would have really reinvigorated the show, right? I think they could have got some. I think it would have got a lot of eyes on it, and I think again, there's so many great actors they could have chosen, right? And I think that would have been a really good time to do it, right? Like just after the 20th anniversary, yeah, right. And you know, I think it probably would have worked very well. I mean, like we always think of older Doctors now. Right, older Doctors are classic, but like we always think of younger Doctors now. But like I don't know, Derek Griffiths, I always thought would have been a great Doctor. There's so many people you could be. Oh wait, what about what's his name? Played Rassilon. What's his name again? In Rising Dan, I forgot his name. Not Francis Delator. Whatever his name is, doesn't matter. I said him before, and I always forget it. Yeah, says the Soda Engines. There is insufficient data on Shooter's success, but I do know he will never top the stunning and brave me, Doctor, who never kissed a pretty lady or a nasty man. Oh, icky thump. So that's actually an interesting question there, Soda Engines, right? You're bringing up an interesting point. What was better? This is not as easy as you would think. What was better? Doctor Who Season 1 or Doctor Who Flux? I don't know. For me, they're about in the same level. Honestly, Flux, I think, was the closest thing that they've done that they did to Doctor Who, right? I think it was... I like the monsters, honestly. I like Carvanista. I like a lot of the production design. I like the Sontarans. I like the interior of the Dalek ship. I thought Name of the Doctor was not the Name of the Doctor. The Power of the Doctor was pretty good when Jodie wasn't in it, which was a lot of the time, frankly, right? And I didn't consider it real Doctor Who, but it was the closest, right? And I think it was amazing, even though the writing was really poor. I think it was more substantive as well, frankly. It was than Shooty Gut was era. All right, Shooty Gut, they keep trying to make substantive, but it's there was just nothing there, right? Nothing there. Speaking of things, nothing there. Check this out. Iced tea, flavored iced tea bags. Oh, what flavor is this? This is Fruits of the Forest. This says, yeah, 1 second. I'll teach you some Hebrew. Okay, over here. That's like the V sound. That's a Vav. Wizolski. That's Wizolski. It's a T company. Wizolski Karl cold tea. So let's give this a try. It takes about 2 or 3 minutes to aerate, right? To aerate, but I think it's sweetened it and got flavor to it. Let's find out, ladies and gentlemen. Let's find out. In you go. In you go to the cup. If we go back to it here, we go back to it in a few minutes. should turn ruby red. Ooh, let's have a look. Doink, where are we up to? Just said Darren M. Matthew, Divining Dragon is here. Divining Dragon. Blessings to you, my good sir. I hope you're having a very good day. Now with you for the chat. Fly Highland is here. Doing Fly Highland. PD Richards here. Shouldn't Martha Jones be married to Mickey Smith at this point, Russell? No. He's I don't think this is in the same universe, frankly, right? But I do think that all-girl spin-off is certainly coming. It certainly seems like the sort of thing Disney would want to do. Fine. Seymour Cleavage is here. Seymour Cleavage, are you related to? Oh, what's his name? I can't remember his name, and it always makes you laugh. I can't remember. Woggle. That's what it was. Woggle. Seymour Cleavage. Okay, Seymour Cleavage. That's a great name. Tzvi Lebetkin, as Tina Turner might have said, we don't need another hero. Yeah, we need a world where heroes are not required. Yes. I listen, when you say Tina Turner, I just go to Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. Tzvi Lebetkin, to be fair, how can you make a meaningful apology when you don't know what you're apologizing for? Well, it doesn't matter. Look, you can say, I don't know what I did wrong, but clearly I've done something wrong. Or clearly my nation has done something wrong. And again, I think the apology would be for we as a nation treat each other like shit, generally speaking, right? And it's, we have many laws mandated about this to not do that. And it's incredible how much people ignore, how much people gossip about each other, right? And I think it's something as simple as gossip is destroying the world. I genuinely do. Matthew J is it. And why do I think that? Because God said so, right? We're up to fine. Tzvi Lebetkin, the Supreme Court judgment is a double-edged sword, and these morons are so stuck in their cult they don't realize judgment applies to their guy as well. Well, yeah, that's the thing, right? That is definitely the thing. But I do love how it's just been used to detonate the whole Democrat worldview. Again, I'm just seeing it all fall apart in front of my eyes, right? It all fall apart in front of my eyes. Actually calling someone to be killed. Doesn't Trump still have a Secret Service protection? I don't know. But apparently, yeah, so he's not going to jail before the election, which they wanted more than anything else. Oh, they wanted that so badly, right? I mean, this new Supreme Court thing, I think it's enough to get a retrial, right? PD Rich does not like Nick Briggs. I really found him to be a man of integrity. I mean, genuinely, right? And I can only go by what I see, right? I've genuinely found him to be a man of quite integrity. Does he share a lot of it? A lot of attitudes of BBC staffers? Yes. Oh, this works. Wow, this works nicely. Okay. I can't see. Who is this fruitcake on Twitter? I don't know. There's so many of them, right? There's so many of them. Incited the violence. I know. Wait till we get to incited the violence. Matthew Burrows, not a fan of Nick Briggs either. I'm sorry, right? Basically, you mean Farage opponent who says he drank white people says again they don't. I don't know what it is, right? But they are not able to process a similar set of rules for themselves as other people, which is what kept frying their brain today, right? They say, look, Reform had a racist candidate. Oh, I'm like, Labour had a racist leader and racist supporters, right? But they're like, they went crazy. I mean, again, if you put half the swastika above water, that would be the far left regressors. We are going to be talking about them very soon, right? Trump is the most impeached. They never mentioned and acquitted. President history. That is also true. Isn't book arriving late, but we're always happy to see you. If I write a book, can Rabbi clamor me up? Well, why do you need that if you write a book? But I guess maybe I don't need the balloon boobs. I'm going to say like a comic book figure. No. Although, here, let me try and find it. This wasn't what I was planning on looking into. Millie Gibson is apparently a redhead now for not Peyton Place. What's the name of the thing she's in? It's Full Size Saga, right? 1 second. We'll do sort by date. That should come up pretty soon. Or do I do? Fine. Let me do Millie Gibson Saga, Full Size Saga. See if that comes out. Millie Gibson. This is a Millie Gibson star, a Doctor Who star, will only make fleeting appearances next year as she's replaced. Yes, we are aware, right? We are. Oh, here it is. First look at her new. Oh, this isn't the picture I thought it was. One sec. We'll do Millie Gibson red hair, which for me, I'm all on board for. Was it Full Size Saga? There we go. We'll do news. That should bring it up straight away. Oh, there you go. There you go. Is this Daily Mail? Is this the only picture? I thought there was some more. Where's this from? This is from June 18th. No, there's a much more recent one. Tools. Date. First look in a full set. This is from Cult Box. That might be it. It was from 2 weeks ago. Maybe I'm wrong. It was her on Instagram. Should we see it? See if I can get any better pictures. This is because I saw one on Downstreams last night, and I was like, well, we got to try and find that. No. It's maybe I went to Millie Gibson's page on Instagram. That could be. No, none of this looks right. So yeah, I'm on Instagram. We'll look up. Where is it? Oh, search. Millie Gibson. Doink. Let's have a look. Millie Gibbo. No, just lots of very, very gorgeous pictures of Millie Gibson. Pull this one up there. Fine. I want to do the Daily Mail one. Is this? Oh, here. This is a better version of it. Here we go. Where is it? Share screen. And here we go. New redheaded Millie, right? Maybe go for the Jessica Rabbit thing. Right? Still looks great. I know, yeah, no, I kind of like that's how you spell foresight here. Let me see if I can find a better picture. But there you go. The new red-headed Millie. Thoroughly modern Millie. We do like it. Right, let's get back to the chat. Doing share screen. Oh, wrong one. There you go. Here. Now I've got another screen. Where is it? Oh, there you go. Now I've got another screen on. I'll do a search again. Millie Gibson. Doink. News. Maybe we should look at images. That might make more sense. PBS with Doctor Who Millie. Maybe this is it. MSN? No, probably not. Full Size Saga. Masterpiece Theatre. Televisions. No. Here, let's look at images. If it comes up. And no. I'll stand where we got that picture from. It was a good picture. Oh, Daily Star. There you go. See that's unrecognizable. Let's see. When's this from? Also from like a month ago. And here, I should be sharing the screen. That's done with me. Daily Star asking to keep me updated. No, and whatever happened, Daily Star, don't keep me updated, right? Don't keep me updated. Doink. Where is it? So there you go. Looks quite happy with herself there. I looks very happy with herself there as well. And New Look Millie is doing so good to escape the evil, the horror that is the queer era of Doctor Who's. Too straight, I'm afraid, Millie. You were too straight and way too hot, right? That's just, you broke too many rules with your straight hotness. Don't get me wrong. I empathize, darling. I empathize. It's not easy being straight and hot. I am many people. Oh, it's also got, what's his name in it? What's his name? The guy from Homeland is Saving Private Ryan, Stephen Moore, Tuppence Middleton, don't know who that is. Deadline Report. Who else is there? Matt Gibson, Francis Annan, Danny Asquith, basically everybody. Jack Davenport's in it. Blimey. Fine. A lot of people are in it, right? A lot of people are in it. Oh, they're all doing it. She cried. Chicka. Wait 1 second and close this one. Doink. All right, let's go back to the chat. Where are we up to? Music Tears. Oh, you wait till the music we got coming in a second. Don Lewis is here. How you doing, Don Lewis? I'm convinced to be a leftist is to dwell in a mental and emotional hell of one's own making. Yeah. Did you notice they got more mad? And same with this guy on Facebook. There's two of them, actually. They get more mad the more they get what they want, right? After Biden won, they just got more mad and belligerent about it. It was weird. Right, but I don't know. They're just miserable people. I agree with you, Donald. I agree with you. They're enraged, delusional, hateful, malicious, malevolent, deranged, enraged, deranged, and miserable. Yes, somebody else is going to say that in a minute as well. It'll be interesting to hear them. Fine. Yeah, we got Colin Archer over there. Say hello to you. Whizzing through that. Robbie Bonham is there. Doing Robbie. Thank you for joining us. You won't get me in the air in one of those hover cars. I'm sticking to my underground mold drill dozer. Well, you're a smart man. You're a smart man, my good sir. So you're back next because my emasculation of Doctor Who video. Well, good for you, right? And how much? Okay. How emasculating was this Doctor Who? Let's just 1 second. Let's just show you. Is this emasculating or gay? I got two clips. I think this is the gay clip. It's the same thing.
I'll tell you what, when we both get out of this, let's argue across the stars.
Let's just fuck each other, because that's all I'm really into, this Doctor. Yes, I want to be a gay fuck bunny.
I like that.
But I also love it when you put a fist up my ass. So stunning, so brave, so cool. I'm shooting Gatwa. This is my Doctor Who. Oh no, it's so sad. Oh, dearie me, no. I can't do it. I'm too much of a pussy. Oh, let me dry your tears and give you a good tongue clip, and then I'll kill your friend. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so sporty. Like any other episode. I don't know anything about it. That made no sense.
Find me.
I like how his bit goes last, so we can have a look. Oh no! I gotta cry again! I got flowers. I think flat and shocked and then crying. Okay, a Yeah. Masculinizing Doctor Who, you might have a point, darling. You might have a point. I don't know. If you want to do a gay Doctor Who, they should have done Freddie Mercury. He would have been awesome. I'd love to see Freddie Mercury as Doctor Who. That'll be cancer. That'll be that's not cancer. That'll be sorry, flats. Beans means highs. By the way, it's a great name. There's season 1 of Flux, Cancer or AIDS. Don Warrington played Rassilon in Rising Down. Don Warrington didn't play. Oh, maybe he did. I'll say Don Warrington didn't play Rassilon in Rising Down, and I was going to say, but what if he was playing Rassilon in Hiding? Well, that could be, right? That could be. Who knows? Fine. Keep going. When they're done with the chat, I just started. And Mark Lewis, nice to see you. Sorry, wrong thought size. Well, good enough. Works for me. Anyway, toxic fandom. Not having the best of time either, right? Not having the best of time either. Keep getting called out. So I found this day. This is from quite recently on the Facebook, right? This is a message from Vic Mignoga, who has been faced a, I'll pull up he has faced a unbelievable hate campaign, right? This unbelievable hate campaign because he's Christian, essentially, right? So he played Captain Kirk in Star Trek Continues, which I found to be absolutely excellent, right? Star Trek Continues is a fan-made series that was online, that was on YouTube. And it moved Star Trek forward while still being authentically Star Trek. It was in the a very, very, in this sort of set. Was found. Anyway, he receives so much unbelievable hate because, again, he's Christian and not insanely left-wing.
Hi, everybody. I have something I'd like to share with all of you Star Trek fans out there. First of all, thank you for all of your support and your kindness. I know there are thousands upon thousands of you out there that love Star Trek. And you know that the founding principle of Star Trek, the whole premise of Star Trek, was that mankind at some point in the future put aside their petty differences and their greed and their arrogance, and they bonded together. They unified.
That's so true. Star Trek presented an optimistic future. Frankly, that's another reason I like Farage, even though the other main one being he wants to defund the BBC, right? Talk to Woofdus. Lucky Powder! Right? It was an optimistic, aspirational future. It was really good, right? It's good to be optimistic and aspirational, right? You don't really get that so much anymore, right? Scott says, "What a lucky escape from the rapidly failing Doctor Who. Billy Gibson will star in the full-size saga." Anyway, back to Vic Monlanga. And again, if you haven't seen the Star Trek, they're reasonably woke in some of them, right? They're not like the unhinged, insane woke, but reasonably, I think, okay woke.
And they reached out into the galaxy to meet new worlds and new races. And the whole concept of Star Trek is inclusion. You guys probably know what IDIC stands for: infinite diversity and infinite combinations. And yet, and this is the tricky part, while there are hundreds of...
While he was saying all this, when he first said inclusion, I got worried. I was like, really? I don't know, because that's normally a bad sign, right? It means but these words have been captured, right? Captured by insane people, right? And turned to mean the opposite of what they mean.
Thousands of amazing fans, and we've met many of them here at Neutral Zone Studios. There are a handful. I don't know if they even watched Star Trek, because they do not even for a moment personify the qualities and the philosophy of Star Trek.
Well, here's the weird thing: we have ones like that, but they scream it's us that don't do it, and they're walking saints.
They're mean. They're greedy. They root for someone else's failure. What is?
And that's what we're going to get to in a second.
That. How could anyone be cruel and undermining and slanderous and try to hurt other people and claim to even understand what Star Trek was about? I want to encourage all of you Star Trek. You know what? Some of you may not even like me, and I'm fine with that.
Tell you, if the good Lord dobbed me, king of all media, firstly Star Trek, well, Doctor Who will get a lot better very quickly, but Star Trek as well. One of the things I would do, I would green light a 10 or 20 episode season of Star Trek Continues starring this guy with this set, right? That whole aesthetic, because I think that they did a great job with it.
But let's talk about what's right and wrong, okay? You don't even have to be a Star Trek fan. This is called common decency. You wouldn't want to be treated
The people you're talking about do not have common decency.
They would. But there are literally people out there who can't be happy if they see other people happy. They just need to constantly criticize and find fault. So I want to encourage all of you good, positive Star Trek fans to embrace and embody the qualities of the philosophy of Star Trek. And furthermore,
I would say the same thing to people who love Doctor Who.
Pay no attention. Dismiss those people out there that just sit on their laptops and spew garbage and hatred and meanness and literally root for someone else's failure. Ignore them. Don't give them any oxygen or attention.
Okay, Vic, mate, we're not going to ignore them. We are going to shine a spotlight on them hilariously as soon as you finish talking. Just get ready for that.
Actually, because that's what they want more than anything. We are so grateful for so many good people out there that have been so kind and supportive. And I'm not going to name names. They know who they are, and you might have even seen some of their posts around the internet. But if you love Star Trek, if you believe in the philosophy...
I mean, this is just such a classy, and I would say Christian, full of Christian virtue. And I'm a rabbi, right? I'm not so pro... But this is the definition of Christian loving kindness, right? And boy, do I wish we Jews could pick up on a little bit of this, right?
Of Star Trek. Don't attack other people. Don't wish for their destruction. That is anything but Star Trek. God bless you guys. Idik. Live long and prosper. And we wish all of you the very best.
There you go. And again, I am definitely a fan of Vic Montanga. Anyway, how's that applied to us over here in Doctor Who fandom? Oh boy, this is going to be fun. Let me move that and share the screen over here. So, a constantly irritating member of toxic fandom is this bloke over here. 1 second, doing. Like exactly who Vic described, right? This is exactly the person that Vic described. Here it comes. There we go. Open up. Mr. Trilby, right? Mr. Trilby was not happy. Mr. Trilby tweeted, I am sorry. But whose idea was it to cast an insane anti-trans actor, James Dreyfus, in House of the... Who played House of the Dragon? Hang on. Wait there. James... Dreyfus. I've got too many windows open. That's a problem. House of the Dragon. Doink. Who did he play? Oh, come on, get help me. Mysterious. Let's have a look over there. Was he? What's his name? The king, the guy in charge of. What's called that? Was it Harrenhal? So what's his name? Strong plays Gordon Massey. Who's Gordon Massey? Gorman Massey. Well, really? Just tell me. Who's Gorman bloody Massey? Gorman Massey is who? He's a Bannerman of Targaryen on the Black Council. He was on the Black Council? Oh, was that bloke, I think. Fine, okay, so He was in House of Dragon. That was going down. Oh man, I got too many windows. I've got to close down a bunch of windows. Something is eating up. I have no idea. But that's something on fandom. Let's close that. Yes, we want to leave the site. Yes, we want to leave it. Well, no, really, we do. I wasn't joking. Okay, we're going to get you in a minute. You wait there. There you go. How about whose idea was it? Okay, with that, let's go there. I'm sorry, but whose idea was it to cast insane anti-trans actor? He's not anti-trans. He just doesn't think chicks are dicks, maybe. James Dreyfus, don't say his real name. Oh, it's like Voldemort in House of the Dragon. When you have a non-binary leading actor, they didn't share a scene, I think. That should be basic duty of care thing. You don't cast somebody in a show who wishes harm on other cast members, right? So James Dreyfus didn't really like that. James Dreyfus says, wishes harm on other cast members. Insane anti-trans actor. What would you like? Would you like to know what's truly insane? That you think this absolute nonsensical, hysterical hysteria would even enter that this that you think this absolute nonsensical hysteria would even enter your adult mind. That you gave it a voice is even more lunatic. So that was quite a funny little slap down. However, got worse. Got worse for Mr. Dreyfus, right? So somebody no, he's also said other things as well. He's the third director, opinions, whatever. But what was it here? I think I missed it. Anyway, trophy reviews. You got until midday to delete a defamatory tweet, which also encourages others to discriminate. It's as simple as that. Check out your email, William. I'm not mucking around with you anymore. It looks like he's going to he's being taken to court. Like he's being sued. Oh, please. Let's have a look over at Trilby reviews and see what what's going down. Not much. Is he just blanking it, or I wonder if he deleted it? Oh no, yeah, 20. So he hasn't taken it down. Let's see what happens in the responses. Oh, I would love him to. Also, Abigail Thorne. Sorry, I forgot she was also this hate that you have, right? You should ask James Dreyfus. He allegedly refused to share a scene with her, and producers had to spend an extra $1 billion on CGI just to shoot around the scene. The catering budget took a hit, and they all ended up with Ginsters, pastas, and Tesco. Okay. But like these people are bonkers, right? Totem Pond is a treat. Yeah, don't do it, mate. One, I sat next to Emma for 3 months. We got an absolutely fine. I love this reality going through it. I wish harm on absolutely no one. I am not anti-trans. The only insanity I see here is your mind goes to places that say far more about yourself than it does myself. Get some therapy, right? Well done. I wonder what people said back to him. According to the pinned tweet on your homepage, you certainly are. You are incapable of comprehension. Read it properly with your eyes open this time. What it said? I know. Oh no, our reading comprehension is just fine. You call the alphabet soup doesn't make your words being anti-trans, transphobic. Oh, like, you're disgusting, says the guy with a murderous rapist racist group flag in your bio. Where do you get rape apologists from, you sicko? I know you're too reasonable for this, but the tweet is actually libelous. Asserting you wish harm on somebody without foundation is pretty serious. So that's it. He's giving him to midday. Okay. Is there any other replies to that? Bad legal takes. Defense lawyer giving him till midday. Well, I see some of the offensive stuff. So yeah, Mr. Trilby getting his ass handed to him in epic fashion. Oh, James, Godspeed, mate. Godspeed. And look, that guy is such a racist. Oh, like he's so obsessed with Jews, like all anti-Semites. So always obsessed with Jews. It's a bit weird. I remember on the Howard Stern show once they had, many times they had the a Ku Klux Klan head, right? And it's Peter said his email said TARDIS. What was I just saying? Oh, totally lost it. It's a shame because it's quite funny. I remember thinking, oh, it's going to be quite funny. I can't wait to say it. And now I've forgotten it. Right now I've forgotten it. Anyway, let's move on to something I think more upbeat, more fun, more interesting. Close a couple of windows again. Oh, this is also, traditional BBC stuff. No, not there. Where should we go? Here, we'll go over here. Doink. We'll get a big finish. Doink. Gotta review Celestial Toymaker. Gotta remember to review Celestial Toymaker. Oh, a second. What do I have running here that's using up all my like my video is really slow, right? It's really like I move my head and there's like a real lag to it. Hang on, let me close down a few windows over here. That might help as well, right? That might help. It's always a trouble when it takes some time to close some windows, right? Doink. That's never a good sign. Doink. Doink. Okay, close. Okay. I think that hopefully that does it. Should I close WhatsApp? It's really weird how much this is dragging. Let's try closing WhatsApp, see if that helps. No, I haven't rebooted my computer in about 2 weeks, so that might have something to do with it. Fine. Okay. Nope. Still frozen as anything. That's so bizarre. It's actually more frozen now. Hello? Well, that's okay. Well, that's moving. Fine. Let's just go to Big Finish News then. I will ignore it and move forward. We go. Doink. Gift cards. Where's the big news? This sounds awesome, right? This sounds absolutely awesome. Doctor Who's The Stuff of Legends Live. So I know nothing about this other than it's a live performance of Paul McGann on Saturday, 14th of September at 2:30 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. Man, I wouldn't be able to go see that even if I was in England, right? But because I don't know what time Sabbath goes out. 7:30 I might be able to make 7, but I'm not going. So but yeah, so wait, did they have the cover they revealed for this as well? Because it's being released on the same day. The cover looked pretty darn good. So where is it? Doctor Who Live.com. You get it from Doctor Who Live.com. Stuff of Legend, and it fine over here. And it's thinking about it. There we go. Man, I'm really annoyed with how this is dragging. Okay, let me just randomly close down apps. Okay, that's a great cover. I love they got Alex McQueen in it. I love Alex McQueen's Master. Right? If you haven't heard him, it's really, really good, right? It's excellent. Okay. What is going on now? It's this here. Let me look at the activity. What's using up my CPU? What's the we'll close down Photoshop. Okay. That's going. Will that help? That's says using 15%. It says Google Chrome. Google Chrome is using all the close. Come on, just close it already. Doink. I should really here. That's the thing. If I close Chrome though, I'm going to go offline for a second. I think I'm just going to push through it, right? I think I'm just going to push through it. Hopefully closing. Now Photoshop's refusing to close. Come on. system is using 34%, users using 53%. It's a window I got open somewhere for something. Okay, fine. Let me try closing this down. Did that do the trick? Is it looking any better? No, and still, I can't close Photoshop. Force quit. Let's try that. It's really stuck. Great cover, by the way. Okay, I think they did the trick. Maybe let's try and go over to another tab. All right, fine. So let's read what this is. To celebrate the 25th anniversary of the licensed Doctor Who audio dramas, Big Finish Theatre, in partnership with BBC Studios. So this is what I think they needed that big investment for, which looked like they're going broke, right? But apparently not. Is to be able to do stuff like that. I think Big Finish Theatre is probably one of their new entities they created for this sort of thing. And it's a great idea. Holy crap, is this a good idea? In partnership with BBC Studios, Fourth Wall Live, and AEG is proud to announce a unique full-cast live recording event taking place at Cadogan Hall, London, on Saturday, 14th of September, 2024. For the very first time, Doctor Who fans will be able to watch an all-star cast take stage and perform a brand new play, The Stuff of Legend by Robert Valentine. Listen, Robert Valentine, I think, is pretty darn good. Honestly, I think he's more often than not, I like his work, generally speaking. So that's a good sign. I don't find his stuff overly woke. I mean, you had that the one with H.P. Lovecraft, but I think all the clunky stuff they added in was at the insistence of the BBC. So you got leading the cast of Paul McGann, the Eighth Doctor, India Fisher as the indomitable companion Charlie Pollard. I love that because that is so archetypally Big Finish, and I think so archetypally the best of Big Finish. Right, that was a great era. They just released their second season on. I think I don't know. We'll look up in a second. That's like you should. These things are great. These things are actually really genuinely good Doctor Who. Charlie Pollard. They'll be joined on stage by Alex McQueen as the Master. His Master is excellent. Oh my God, I love his Master. Right, I really don't see enough of it. Nicholas Briggs, who voices the unstoppable archenemy, the Daleks. Something is afoot in the lonely Cornish village of Merrymaid Bay. Rumors of dead men working in the tin mines have sent a chill through the community. And when the Doctor and Charlie get to the bottom of the mystery, and it's up to the Doctor and Charlie to get to the bottom of the mystery. So again, this sounds like prime good Doctor Who to me. Can the legends of the Booker that haunts the mines be true? And what awesome power do the Doctor's greatest enemies, the Daleks, threaten to unleash upon the universe? So tickets are available from 10 a.m., I guess, UK time on Friday, the 5th of July. Prices will be £18. That wouldn't it be great if there's a budget for our Prime Minister? I mean, I don't think it's possible, but wouldn't it be great? Oh, the wailing in that kind of £18 is very reasonable. Right? Like, I mean, how much were they selling that shitty Doctor Who live thing? Right? With the interactive thing. That was just, oh God. That got a completely not suspicious was it water main break that shut it down, right? And that thing was shit. Right? So I think, yeah, £18, very reasonable, frankly. I know. I'm going to be on top of Dan to get your whole crew down there. This is great, YouTubing. Here, what time? Is it? Let's see what time Sabbath goes out in the UK and London on the 18th. Okay. What day is this? It's September. 14th of September. Okay. UK Sabbath times. Oh, so I put UL. No, UK. September 14, 2024. Let's have a look, see what it says. Okay, so times at the United Synagogue, the official order of English jury. We accept all your cookies. Yes, we accept them all. Where is this? So September 14th. No, I wouldn't be able to make it. Thank God. That makes me feel so much better. Sabbath doesn't end till 8 o'clock. Oh, see, they hate Jews at Big Fish. No, they don't. Big Fish activity. Jason Hayden Ellie says 25 years. It feels like 25 seconds. Well, the first part felt moved really quickly. The last 5 years have been a bit rough to go through. I think Audio Adventures of the Doctor has been such a joy that the 2.5 decades has just flown by, almost as if we've been in a vortex with the Doctor. Well, there you go. We've enjoyed ourselves so much, producing thousands of hours of audio drama, and now we have the chance to show fans how the audio productions are made with the new live performance. Why don't they sell virtual tickets to this, where you can watch a video of it live, right? Price is beginning from £18. Let's see how much it goes up to. Well, we'll wait for that to open up. And now we have a chance to show how the series and produce audio productions are made with a new live performance. The first time Doctor has been performed on stage since '89. That's a very good point. Dominic Walter, Global Business Director, BBC Studios, added, after 25 years of working with Big Finish Audio Adventures, BBC Studios is excited to bring a live version to the stage. The stuff will they could honestly, as long as Colin Baker and as long as they can get a doctor to do it, they could make this a permanent thing, and they could probably keep it sold out. You know, Stuff of Legend is a fitting celebration. I am delighted. Who cares what he's got to say, Dominic Walter? Simultaneous to the live show of a full cast studio production of The Stuff of Legend will be released on the 14th of September 25th. No, that's a mistake. You should have a live stream from the theater. Like, charge an extra, I don't know, whatever you want for it. So look, see how much these tickets are. We just get signed up. We don't about cast and creatives. By the way, yeah, the India Fisher we have on the audios is like a young, sexy India Fisher. Do not expect to see the same India Fisher, right? Do not expect to see the same one. There you go. Who's that? It was Lizzie, the supervisor producer. Merchandise. What merchandise do they have? Everybody loves a bit of merch, but it's not doing anything. Is that? Is it thinking about? Oh no, you can buy it. Is what it's doing. Really, thank you. Great cover, right? It is a good cover. But yeah, why do they have a live stream of it? This is so dumb. It's such a maybe they can't do that for live streaming, but like I would, if you packaged a live recording of it with this, you could sell it for $50. This is just like, this is dumb. That is strange, right? That is odd. But yeah, this looks very, very good, right? This looks very good. This is actually something to be excited about. So I'm quite happy about that. Also be excited about. There's a lot good coming out from Big Finish this month, right? Which I'm really we got Project Werewolf. The first part of that. So I got the first part of the War Master, and apparently somebody told me it's really bad. I haven't listened to this yet. It just came out today. Second Doctor, yeah, looking forward to this. And Goth Opera. Let's listen to the whenever I listen to one of their trailers, it's normally a letdown, right? It's normally a letdown, but maybe this time it won't be. He says hopefully. So where is it? We have Death World trailer. That looks really good. Again, I hope it's a good trailer. We'll find out. And it's thinking about it. Wizzy whizzing around. It's moving so bloody slow. Come on. In your own time. It's like pulling bloody teeth. The other thing is, I'm scared to... here we go. Ethan Booker wouldn't want to go to the proms. Yeah, me too. That sounds fantastic. So is this...
Fascinating experiment.
Yeah, one sec. Let's wind that back because Not even. I don't know if you can see it, but I can't.
Form or other in almost every advanced civilization.
Yeah, we'll try one more time. There you go.
Know that the game of chess exists in some form or other in almost every advanced civilization across the galaxy.
From Big Finish Productions, Doctor Who: The Lost Stories, Death World.
If you wouldn't mind, I am in the middle of a fascinating experiment.
Trap 1, come in. Can't have reached the base already. No! No!
Brigadier, I think I understand. I suspect you're in my future. And if I'm right, that means there's another me around.
You are not the Doctor.
Oh, but I...
So obviously there's John. This is the original idea for the 10th anniversary story with the three Doctors done by Bob Baker and whatever his name is, the people who invented K9. So it stars Tim Trelaw as the third Doctor, I think Michael Troughton or David Troughton as the second Doctor, I think, and Stephen Noonan as the first Doctor. All of which I find these are the most authentic Doctor Who, right? Absolutely, yeah, the most authentic Doctor Who. Oh, is it frozen again? I think I'm going to have to quit Chrome and reopen
I am,
it.
sir.
So there's three of you?
I can't interfere with my own future, Brigadier. The consequences could be disastrous.
Doctor?
Doctor? Doctor!
Oh, my word.
Jamie?
Good day, Alistair.
Good grief. You're...
Yes. You are face to face with death. And like
okay, so the only original cast member in this look like it's Katie Manning as Jo Grant, right? But again, all this looks really fun.
The final king falls into my hands.
You fool, Doctor. You fool.
Now the real battle begins.
Joe, where are you?
And who's this Joe?
Oh, no, not you. Would you two stop prattling away at each other, whoever you are?
Oh, no. Not you.
You two? Yes.
Where are we?
I mean,
the trouble with these things is you always find out the way they went was much better. Like that's why I bought the original draft of Revenge of the Cybermen, was it? They put that out before it got like Robert Holmes, and you can see why it wasn't that great. You can see why it's the way they went. Like I didn't bother with the Daleks, Genesis of Terror, right? Because I'm like, well, why don't I like that Revenge of the Cybermen one, which was Return of the Cybermen, just really put me off buying those again, and also the Ark as well.
End of all.
Oh, come on!
And you are now entering my domain. Welcome to Death World.
Big Finish. For the love of stories.
Okay, listen, I'm going to have to quit Chrome and reopen it. Hopefully I'll be back very, very soon. But yeah, it's dragging like anything, right? It's getting untenable, right? So we'll do quit. Now, that's the question. Is it going to quit while I try and reopen it? Apparently not. Okay, now it's like it's not quitting. Is it quitting? It'll probably take about 10 minutes to quit. And then, oh no, now I'm getting a whizzy wheel, right? A whizzy wheel. I wonder what that means. It means it's trying to quit, right? So the site and we're back. Oh, God, so much better. I should have done that ages ago. Oh, That's so much better, right? So, sad lack of Omega and the Daleks. Were the Daleks in the Three Doctors? Right. Isabel necessary on a bike? I don't know what that means. It says KP. I don't know what that means. Fine, so we got that coming out. Also, we got this one. Oh, God, it's so much better now it moves. Oh. We also got this one, which I'm quite excited about coming out this month, which is Goth Opera, right? Honestly, I'm craving good Doctor Who, right? I'm really because I haven't had any for so long. And I'm like...
Mr. Morrissey, what do you think his blood would taste like?
Milky tea, love. From Big Finish Productions, Doctor Who, Goth Opera.
You may call me Ruath. I am a Time Lord of Gallifrey. The ring I wear shows the Great Seal of Rassilon. I know the secrets of your past.
So, if you didn't know, right, this is where we had the New Adventures range, right? And which I was talking about it with Dan earlier today, right? So, because they mentioned it on his stream last night. And so he was saying, like, he bought all of them. He read about one or two, right? And he said he didn't like how they were much more adult with the Doctor doing drugs. I really like, he's talking about The Left-Handed Hummingbird, which is a great book. Oh, it's a really great book by Kate Orman. It's a debut novel. It's really fantastic. But it does have the Doctor dropping acid so he can communicate with a higher dimensional being who turns to be the bad guy, right? So also, that went very well. And then they released a second range called Missing Adventures, which is what this is. This was the first one, written by Paul Cornell. I feel a bit of a douchebag. Because of the douchebaggy things he did. He's done as this. So this was the first one. It tied into what was it? There was another vampire book in the New Adventures range, right? So so they cut out everything that ties together. However, the controversy is this: they had Alistair Pearson did a very, very good cover for it, and it had Nyssa there wearing a very similar outfit, but there was blood all over the top. Right, and then they decided to white all that out. Which can I find that? 1 second. Alistair Pearson. What's it called again? Goth Opera. Goth Opera original cover. Oh, it's so much better now. This is. Oh, here it is. There you go. Came right up. Look at that. Doink. Let me grab that, and I'll see if I can find the one they went with. Where'd it go? Doink. Is it coming up? Hello. Not so much. Yeah, I can. We'll do. Copy image address. We'll go there. Doink. So here we go. Share screen. Fine, there you go. That's what the original version, and they whited out all the blood from it. Right? Which I thought was a bit like, really? That's strange. Hang on. We'll go back over here.
Great destiny that awaits you.
You're flying. What are you?
You've got an interesting mind. You're not human, are you?
How do you know?
No! Get away from me!
I don't want to die.
Not up to me. Sorry.
Lisa? You okay?
Tegan!
Hang on!
Tegan, what's going on? Are you certain you're all right?
I just need to rest.
It's Nyssa you should worry about.
I am worrying.
Yes, I know that face.
What face?
The I'm missing something important face.
Am I? Maybe I am.
Yeah, I'd say Peter Davison, having pretty weak material to work with on audio of late, always puts in a great performance.
Themselves, the great vampires. To this day, the very mention of their name strikes fear in the heart of every true Gallifreyan.
I am Yahweh, Lord of the House of Yah, Father of all the Earth's undead. Kneel before me.
The power of the Time Lords in your veins. All of time and space is yours to explore and to conquer.
Together, We shall be queen and king of the night. We will unite the humans and the Time Lords in the great communion of the undead.
Hey, this is a pretty darn good trailer. Okay, this has got me on board to be excited to buy this.
Together, nothing will be beyond our reach.
Big finish. For the love of stories.
And he was a sister better than me. So good for him. Yeah, honestly, that looks really good. Yeah, genuinely, I am excited for that. Fine. Now I close down all my windows. Let me see if I'm here. Let's see if it goes kablooey if I reopen them. Restore all tabs. Let's see what happens. So far so good, I think. So far so good. Fine. Now I've got too many windows open though. So again, that live thing sounds freaking awesome, right? I am totally down for that, right? I am actually somewhat excited by that. So the other thing going on, which I'm much less excited about, is this. We go share screen. Doink. Over here. So the war between the land and sea, Doctor Who spin-off set to film in September. That means it's going to happen, right? If it's booked into film in September, if they got to start, that means it's going to happen, which is so bizarre. So it's filming September. This has to tie into a plot thread in season 2, right? Now do long barrels as sort of engines. Boy, do I agree with that. Absolutely. Long barrels is the story that they need to do for a long time. But yeah, so this is filming in September. This means it's going to be coming out, I would have thought, in late 2025 or early 26. And again, it's fascinating because it's done epically badly in the ratings. I mean, like epically badly in the ratings. It's got the lowest ratings of all time. Seemingly doesn't matter so much, right? Here, let's have a quick look at the ratings. We finally got the 7-day ratings for what's it called again? Empire of Death, and they're pretty unimpressive, right? So it was 369. I tell you, 69, one of my favorite numbers. I like the 6. I like the 6 a lot. The 9, I can take or leave this the 9, but I like the 6 a lot. Anyway, so it got what's 25 off 7? That's 544. Okay, so it's 1,440,000 bump they got. 144 bump for iPlayer, which is not bad. That's actually one of the higher bumps of the year. It's lower than the week before, which is bad. But it gave it the... Here's the thing. The season finale is right in the middle, right? It's right in the middle. They got a 4.0 and they got a 4.6, 4.01, 4.06. And... Oh, okay. So that's the only 2 ones higher. So this is that makes it even less interesting. It's the 3rd highest rated episode of the season. And look, let's just be clear. These ratings are absolutely pathetic. Right? And people say, oh, no, it's doing well. It does so well in the 5 to 6 demographic at between 4 and 4:15 on iPlayer on a Tuesday. Like, it's some ridiculous metric like that. However, the truth is this: when they actually dive into these metrics, even those are bad. They say, yeah, the ratings have been a bit disappointing, sure, but we're doing well in other ways. And really, what other ways? So they have this ridiculous spin, right? I keep highlighting this because I think it should be highlighted often, because you should know this is absolute spin. They keep saying it's doing well, it's doing excellent, it's doing the bestest ever for people from the 5 to 9 group and the 9 to 25. What's the age group? 16 to 34s and under 16s. They say it's doing the bestest ever, right? Not really. No, it got season 13 from 2017, Jodie's first season. For the under 16s, got 340,000, and then for shooters in, they got 221,000. That's a shrink, right? It's a definite shrink. But it also represents how much the general audience has shrank over the last 7 years. Why is the general audience shrank? It's because mainstream TV makes relentless shit, right? They make relentless, woke, patronizing shit. And I'm so glad it's over, right? That people have just left. And that's why you watch streaming services. And most of these people watching streaming services are old, right? Most of these people watching streaming services date back 10, 15 years minimally. So there's been a shrink. There's been a shrink of audience, but they have got an extra 0.8% total audience share. I'm sorry, these numbers are absolutely useless, right? And look, and interesting, comparing them to Jodie numbers. Now, okay, if I compared Jodie's first season with Shooter's first season is by far the best, right? It's not even close. It's not even that Jodie's first season was awful, right? Was just, oh God. It wouldn't have got worse with a gay kiss, right? A long smoochy gay kiss. It wouldn't have even got worse with a gay kiss. But I think in the second season, much the same as we're going to see with the second season of 7 Plus is out. PD Rich. We just looked at the second season of Shooting is going to be exactly the same because they filmed it before they got any audience feedback, which was we hate this shit, right? So the 7 Plus they don't have the TV only, right? It doesn't really matter, frankly. It doesn't really matter. So yeah, and so the first 2 seasons were really bad, I would say. I like some of the production values in the like Spyfall. I thought that's about it really. I thought the writing was terrible. More spin than Malcolm Tucker, says Matthew Powder. You're absolutely right. But I think by the time they got to Flux, that was the best thing they did. Now, what's better, Doctor Who Flux or Shooting Gatwa's first season? I think they're about the same. Frankly, I think Jodie was worse as a Doctor, marginally, right? Just marginally worse than the Doctor. I think that's about it. I think the writing was about the same, maybe marginally worse, for Jodie's era. However, they had better monsters in Flux. I like the redesigned Sontarans. I like Carvanista. Right, I thought that was good. I thought the final episode, The Power of the Doctor, when she wasn't on screen, generally speaking, felt more like Doctor Who. Right? Yeah, I mean I think that's all good stuff, right? I think now don't get me wrong, it was great. The cliffhangers in Flux were all excellent. Generally, yeah, they were all. The resolution of those cliffhangers, shit beyond shit, right? I think the first episode cliffhanger was a pretty bad one. I can't remember what it was. I just remember like they just threw all this stuff on screen more quicker than you had a chance to like comprehend it, which I think helped it a lot. And I think the end was just like you viewing all the different threads that were going on. But you had like lots of ones like the Doctors on, I don't know, Zap Back in Time. I can't even remember them. Okay, I can't remember them because I don't really like that Doctor at all. But certainly better than anything we saw in Shooter's first season. It didn't have this like irritating, screaming arrogance, right? Which Shooter's season had, right? So I think it's about they're about equal, frankly, right? I do think they're about equal. But let's look at Radio Times for a second, because I think they were talking about how casting Ncuti Gatwa was a gamble. Richard Osman teaches Thursday Murder Club movie with first pick. He's a guy who's married to the woman who plays Osgood. How did she get written out a unit, right? Oh, we got to go back to that unit. Sorry, we will in a second. How does she get written out a unit? I don't understand. All right. Doctor Who looks to bringing back a season 4 director for new spin-off. Okay, so they seem to be confirmed the spin-off then. Well, that's interesting. Fine, let's go over here first. So Doctor Who boss admits Ncuti Gatwa's sex education schedule impacted season 14. Yes, that's why he wasn't in 73 Yards and not in Dot and Bottom Line. However, I think the impact was to improve it more than anything else, right? I think the impact really just made it a lot better that he wasn't there because he's like nails on a chalkboard. He really is. Again, it's like they made the cat from Red Dwarf Doctor Who. Weirdest thing. Casting Ncuti Gatwa, starting shooting meant casting him before he finished Sex Education. That was a risk we took. The 14th season of Doctor Who now concluded with the lowest ratings ever. Russell Davies has revealed how it was hard to work alongside the busy acting schedule of a new series lead shooting Gatwa. Of course, Gatwa rose to fame in Netflix Sex Education as Eric Effiong, and I think that's probably where he was best. Before leading the beloved long-running sci-fi show and Into the Gutter, into worse ratings than Jodie got, which were the worstest ever. But it turns out Gatwa hadn't been as busy filming the final season of Sex Education, and an episode like 73 Yard might not happen in the first season. And again, I think it was vital for them to re-establish the brand of Doctor Who, and they just failed. They created a new brand of queer Doctor Who, and there wasn't enough time to really get to know that character. But yeah, the question is this: why did you cast him knowing he wasn't going to be available for at least one episode in this crucial year, where you've really got to reinvigorate the brand, right? Reintroduce the brand, redefine the brand as something that people are interested and like watching, right? Like seeing. So there's been different theories. One theory is that there was no casting process. They just chose him and he got the job. That might be true because look, Russell Davies lies so much now, right? And he's always full of shit. And Russell, mate, do you not know we're going to find you out when you go, 73 Yards has the best monster ever, and it turns out not to have a monster, right? Like we can see through you, mate, right? We can all see through you. But he did say that he cast Ncuti Gatwa because he walked into the audition and he just blew them away, or maybe just blew them. It could be one of the two, mate. Could be one of the two. So that was the general idea. I think that probably happened. See, this is what I think happened. I think when people like Russell Davies see somebody who is black and gay, their brain like goes a bit funny, and being black and gay makes everything they do better to Russell D. Davies, right? And again, his woke ilk, right? Just because oh man, they're black and gay. Oh, yeah. So let's say you judge someone's performance, Tom Baker. You judge the performance on a scale of 1 to 10, he gets a 9, say, for example. So I think with Ncuti Gatwa, the performance he gave now after seeing the performance, I think is about a 3. But like being black and gay, I think it gave him an extra 5-6 points. It brings it all the way up to 10, right? And so I think they were so freakishly excited by Ncuti Gatwa. Like, oh my God, this is going to be like David Tennant on steroids. The whole country is going to take them to his heart, and they're going to love him. And it's going to be water cooler TV again, and everyone's going to love it, and it's going to work so well. And then the ratings came out, and it was a total failure, right? Why was it a total failure? Because it's the queer era. People are not interested in the queer era. Look, nobody minds there being gay people. But don't do mainstream programming all about queer people, because queer people make up about 3% of the bloody world. This is a very good result, seeing as you made a massive audience, something for massive audience for only 3% of the people, right? And I think it held up quite well, between 3.5 and 4 for the season. So the average is 3.7. I think Sylvester McCoy's final season got a 4.12 average, right? It's like, and that's just overnight. So it's like, that's not even counting video or anything. But this has no bearing whatsoever on Doctor Who continuing. First, they filmed the second season, and apparently they greenlit a spin-off. My guess is coming late 2025, early 2026. Let's see what it's all about. The war between the land and the sea, which means we're probably going to see Silurians or Sea Devils there next season. Set to film in September. Following reports on the Miller last year, which revealed A Doctor Who spin-off is on the way. Production listings have now suggested the series is due to commence production in September of this year. Nigel Farage, please win. Please win and defund the BBC before then. I think that would be good for everyone. The war between the land and sea. The series will reportedly focus on the Sea Devils, the villain first seen opposite John Pertwee, third Doctor, before returning opposite Jodie Whittaker's 13th Doctor in 2022. What about Warriors of the Deep? I mean, that was shit, but I really should mention it. A source told The Sun, Doctor Who fans love the monsters, and the war between the land and sea will hopefully give viewers something new and different to enjoy. Sea Devils, Sea Devils and their cousins, the Silurians, have featured in 21st Doctor Who, so modern audiences are familiar with most things that featured in modern Doctor Who, right? Like most things have featured, mate. The latest series of Doctor Who will become BBC's biggest drama of the year so far for young viewers, has consistently been one of the best performing titles on iPlayer. No, it has not. Again, right? No, it has not. That is a lie. We know you're lying. What am I doing? We know you're lying. Season 1 Shooting Gut returned the 15th Doctor, and the reason they keep calling him the 15th Doctor because they want to legitimize him as a Doctor. They would just call him the Doctor. But no, 15th Doctor. They come in 10 packs. Alongside Millie Gibson as Ruby Sunday after they made the highly acclaimed... It wasn't highly acclaimed. Debut on Christmas Day in the church on Ruby Road. Within the series, the Doctor and Ruby travel through time and space and have adventures to unknown lands, to the Regency era, where the Doctor gets a big boner for a space guy. Okay? The Doctor and Ruby travel through time to outer space, then to the 60s, or some alternate 60s, where the Beatles were played by Oriental men. It was strange. It was very strange. A BBC spokesman told the Times overnight ratings no longer provide an accurate picture of all those who watch drama or in an on-demand world. No, I think this does much better. And you fucked up. Oh, what again? Right. It remains one of them. What was it? The season Doctor Who premiered on iPlayer nearly 24 hours before broadcast, and episode 1 has already been viewed by 6 million viewers, and continues to go. Bullshit. That's not true. 6 million viewers. I think you'll find it's at most 4.8 or 4.4. 6, you lying cunts. That's not true. Doctor Who remains one of the most watched programs on iPlayer and the BBC's top drama for under 35s this year. Yeah, they don't want to know anything about you, mate. Making it one of the biggest programs of demographic across streamers and broadcasters. You are full of shit, mate. Again, there's a spurious lies, right? Spurious lies. So apparently, this is going to be see the return of or be headed by Martha Jones, right? Martha Jones will be leading the series in a rural, present-day English town. If it's a present-day English town, it won't be pleasant, that's for sure. And yes, unit team are involved. Kate, Shirley, and Mel, except so it's all female. It's all diverse. No white men whatsoever. Well, listen, mate. When I saw the shit show you had on Empire of Death, maybe you want to bring in some of those white men again because they seem to handle things a lot better than you guys. The title isn't literal, as people have said recently. It's quite distinctive to previous spin-offs. The Sea Devils are in it, though. So, yeah, listen, I do see a Martha Jones hit. Oh, look. Prima Adjuman, female, I mean, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Female, black, gay. Obviously, I'm like, why would you not think she's going to list it when we live in this weird textbook, a checkbox universe, right? Why would you think she's not going to be in it? I don't understand, right? That it just seems like bang on that she's absolutely going to be in it. Let's have a look at this Doctor Who page. Doctor Who and the God of the Doctor Who and God, the TARDIS, who are in the TARDIS, hallowed by your name. What is this? This looks offensive. Doctor Who and God, the Doctor Who are in the TARDIS, hallowed. What is this? Over the last 20 years, there have been so much Christian imagery in Doctor Who that the series could have been a parable about God. Well, I mean, listen, I think that everybody hated it. I liked it a lot. The David Tennant story, Last of the Time Lords, right? That was basically religious, I think. In the season finale of Doctor Who, Shooting Catwell faced I've got it in such a bad way. Faced Sutekh, the god of death, and declares he represents life. No, he doesn't. He absolutely doesn't. He represents coming in somebody's mouth because it makes him feel good, right? That's not life, mate. To fight the likes of Sutekh, and not only does he dupe him into bringing back life to the universe in such a dumb way, I will bring death to death. But I would also, as he's being dragged along by it like Scooby-Doo, but I would say it, of course, but the Doctor has been played as a god or a Christ-like figure for nearly 20 years. I tend to agree with you. I mean, I think they should really back off from that. That would be great. The trend of the Doctor as a god has been a recurring motive since Russell T Davies revived the series in 2005. It was he who repeatedly used the imagery for his first run, and Stephen Moffat also played a certain degree. It began with Father's Day, and the Doctor, Christopher Eccleston, sacrifices himself in a church only to come back to life when time is restored. That's just good writing. I'm sorry. We don't see anything with that kind of power today. And again, I don't like Paul Cornell too. Well, that was just solid writing. Right? It was in this here, the Doctor regenerates, and he stretches out his arms like a crucifixion. Okay, this is an opinion piece. He's literally called the Lonely God. Christian imagery abounds in the series all the time because it's part of our culture. When the Master Johnson ages the 10th Doctor 1,000 years into Nobby, the power of prayer restores him Christ-like. Well, you know, it could be any religion, really. Doctor cradles the dead master like Pieta. I don't know whether on Starship Titanic, the Doctor lifted into the air by a pair of robot golden angels to save the day. The 13th Doctor, Peter Capaldi, defied the Time Lords like God defying his own kingdom, since he is a present to play God and bring Clara back to life, back to death, only to lose her. Yeah, listen, I thought that was all pretty good. But before that, he's accused of abandoning his kingdom and Rassilon. He attempts to usurp him. Rassilon is banished for his sin. Okay. There's a lot of religious analogies, right? Because that's cornerstone of our cultural understanding, right? Like the cornerstone of our culture comes from the Old Testament, essentially. The Bible, as in, not just the Old Testament. Right, it's really fundamental to the fabric of society, right? Sounds crazy. So many things we didn't. I didn't do the Celestial Toymaker review. I'm cream crackered. I gotta go. I'm running late as it is. So fine. Before the chat on Thursday, I will do this. Martha or Arthur, same guy really. I will. John Wayne as Mongolian is the wrong ancient, but the wrong Asian Beetle is good. It's wrong. Well, yeah, not only John Wayne. What about Wang Chiang? Who knows what they're thinking, right? Who knows what they're thinking? I think of the BBC wanting to die. Are You Being Sir? Blake Seven, Doctor Who, all great shows. Nature Education was on. I know. It's so sad how they destroyed the BBC, right? It's so sad how they destroyed stuff. Fine. Thursday, Celestial Toymaker and Image of Fendar review, right? I'll try and also listen to and get to the Dark Gallifrey War Master, which apparently is shit, but I'm hoping it's going to be good, right? Matthew Burrows says, Keir's first move is to create a new tax to force people to pay for the BBC. Probably. I wouldn't be at all surprised, right? I wouldn't be at all surprised. Fine with that, ladies and gentlemen. After that meandering ramble through time and space, I'm going to wrap up, right? I'm going to wrap up. I will see you on Thursday. I'll have some other cyber filth out tomorrow. Who knows what what it'll be. I'm going to hit the end broadcast button. I'm going to hit it and get end and say good night